As many of my viewers might be aware, my engine of choice, the Godot engine, is very well suited to rapid prototyping. It's very quick and very easy to program most types of game logic, and usually actually prototyping something will take anywhere from, I'd say, 1 to 4 days of full-time work. This is pretty amazing compared to heavier programs like Unity, which are a bit more technical and in detail, even when that's not really what you're looking for, but I suppose that's a topic for a different video. However, it's also very easy to prototype way too much. I know this because a little while ago I temporarily burned myself out prototyping like a madman for a month, and then I had to take a month off YouTube and game dev just to recover. Now this was partly because I had a bunch of exams to do, and forcing myself to continue with the whole game dev YouTube thing even when I hated thinking about it would have put way too much strain on my ability to properly revise and prepare. But for context, I made about 10 prototypes of games in about 20 days. Needless to say, this was just too much, and to not make any real progress or not make anything that I can actually say I'm proud of in that time was just pretty instrumental to burning me out. I didn't really make any cool graphics or programming tricks or honestly anything that was actually cool. It was basically just a new layer of buttons and a bunch of different keybinds every time. And that's kind of the problem. I frequently say to people who are looking to avoid burnout that they should maybe not leave graphics right till the end, unless graphics are really intensive to create, but, you know, I guess maybe they shouldn't be making graphics so intensive to begin with. If you're watching my YouTube channel, if like EA is watching my YouTube channel, then no, stop watching, go watch somebody else. Or do nothing, you're EA, you already have this stuff worked out, this is going on too long. If you don't have something you can look at and feel good for having made, it's going to take a toll on your brain and motivation after a while. And that's kind of why with my current game, Warp Tech, I basically made all the sprites right as I was implementing the entities, and even though I had to basically bleach them and apply some cool color scheme stuff, I was still working through the visual aspect at the same time as all the programming and all the game logic. This keeps me motivated and excited to keep working on the game since I can actually see what's going on. Maybe it's just that I'm a particularly visual person, and some people don't value these things as much as I do, but I can say, honestly, that nothing helps me to avoid burnout like creating tangible assets that I'm proud of alongside the programming stuff. Also, it definitely helps with your early marketing if you've got some flashy graphics or catchy tune to go along with the game from early on, since most consumers probably won't care about, whoa, look at this crazy level generation algorithm, that just won't do anything for them. But either way, what is the actual point of this video? If you're making a prototype, you're trying to determine whether the game is worth pursuing. Remember that you're not just trying to make a really rubbish, stripped down version of a game, you're trying to think about whether or not it's worth even continuing. Sometimes it is just a good idea to create assets alongside prototyping if it helps you to determine the value of the game idea. That is basically the advice I'm trying to articulate. I didn't create any assets I really liked and I was stuck in prototype hell. But when I came back, I made a prototype with a few assets I kind of liked the look of, and it motivated me to make the prototype into a full game, which is now known as Warp Tech, which you can see on the screen right now, probably. It's better to make sprites too early and have to remake them than to put off making sprites until your project dies anyway. But anyway, thanks for watching this poorly scripted mess. If you actually gleaned some useful information from this, then I'm glad and also very impressed, because this was not my best. Stay tuned for more tightly scripted videos. This is on a day I can't live stream, I suppose, so I'm not doing the best. The best happens on 3-day intervals. Just trust me, okay? I promise.